guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen, and welcome if this is your first time stopping by. So today's video is going to be a full face of a new cosmetics brand, and it's called Lottie London. I saw it online at ulta.com, and I picked up one thing from each of their categories. So I did a setting powder, brow product, lips, mascara, primer, foundation, all of that good stuff. So I'm going to show you guys this look and talk about each product that I used and do a quick review on my experience with it, so you guys will kind of have an idea of what to pick up and what to avoid when placing your order for these new products. So if you want to stick around and find out what I liked and what I didn't like from this new brand, then keep on watching. So starting off, I got a primer. It is called the Lottie London Insta Filter Pore Eraser Stick. And when I put this on my face, I honestly can't say that it really did anything. My pores don't look any smaller. I obviously don't really deal with big, huge, well, I'm not obviously. I don't tend to deal with big pores as an issue or a skin concern. So I picked this up because they have this kind of primer, and they also had a primer for like an illuminating primer, and this one was more appealing to me. However, the consistency of the stick is really dry, and I don't really see a visible difference on my face, and I just don't think it's worth the money, and I just didn't enjoy it at all. The foundation I picked out, they had two different ones. One was a stick foundation and one was this one. They were both matte foundations, so I think it's interesting that they didn't have a variety of foundation styles, or I guess foundation finishes is what I should say. But I picked up the Lottie London Selfie Ready Medium Coverage Matte Foundation, and this is in the shade Golden. It is a water-based foundation, and I was a little bit worried about the color because when I picked out my color online, I wasn't really sure what my shade would be, but this was a perfect shade for me. I was actually really surprised. I haven't touched up my face at all today, like no additional powder, and as you can see, it hasn't separated. The finish of it initially was absolutely perfect. It wasn't so matte that it was drying. It was a very comfortable kind of velvety matte finish. I am getting a little bit oily like right in my T-zone area, right in my forehead. But other than that, everything else looked really good and smooth on the skin. It applied really nicely, and I really enjoyed this. So this is definitely going to stay in my collection. I picked up a concealer as well. It is called the Got It Cover Sponge Applicator Concealer. I got it in the shade Maple. Now, this is a good concealer. I did get a shade a little bit too dark, I think, but when I go throughout the summer, this will definitely come in handy as my skin tends to get super, super tan, like even tanner than I am now. And this is a really good consistency. It's creamy. It actually blends really, really nicely. It looks beautiful on the skin, and it's really, really full coverage. So I strongly recommend this. And I think this was only like $4 or $5, so I would definitely pick this up. And the foundation, out of everything else I show you, these are my two favorite, hands down. So for a setting powder, I picked up the Ready, Set, Go Matte Translucent Finishing Powder. Now, I don't use powder like this simply because I just tend to find that it dries my skin out really, really poorly. It set my face just fine, but I did try to bake under the eyes a little bit, and as you can see, it kind of almost deepened the color of my under eye concealer. And while it hasn't budged at all today, it just looks like I have this kind of dark ring, and I'm not tired at all, but it just kind of ended up making this kind of circle under my eyes and exaggerated it. But the powder itself is very finely milled, and it's a very soft powder. So they also have another shade in this as well called Warm Translucent, which I thought was interesting that they had two shades to accommodate many different skin tones. But this is a very finely milled powder. I definitely will not bake for it, and I would probably bake with it on my face, and I will probably just put it like all over my face instead of under my eyes, and I'll use a different powder for my under eye setting area. But for a drugstore powder, I really think that this is a really great quality powder. So I also picked up a blush, and I think that the packaging on this is really cute. This is called the Lottie London Blush Crush Powder Blusher. This is super, super cute packaging. Each color has their own color packaging, so it matches the color inside. And this is in the shade Justin. What I really like is it does come with a mirror on the inside, and then the color itself is very, very pretty. This is a kind of corally, almost like a hot coral blush, and you can go really ham on this and it can get really patchy. For highlighting, I did pick up 2 different highlighters. One is the Lottie London Shimmer Quad. The highlighter looks like this. As you can see, it does kind of give that beautiful, the same kind of finish as the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighters, except for obviously these aren't as high quality. They do give a very kind of glossy reflection. Let me swatch these for you though, because what I found with applying them is even if you think that they're darker in the palette, they apply a lot lighter. So these are the swatches on my hand, and as you can see, this one is super, super light, and so is this one. And this one is like a true gold, and then you have your kind of bronzy one. This one here, which I thought was going to be a little bit darker, is actually super pale as well. And this is the one that I have on my cheeks today. It has faded a little bit, but it's still there, which is actually pretty surprising because I've been doing a lot of work outside and I've been sweating. It's been really hot, but it's still there. They did take into account darker skin tones with this bronzy shade, and then you have that beautiful gold shade. So I'm really happy with the quality of these. It's really, really great. They definitely stand out. They give you that very glossy kind of look. The next product I got is a Mermaid Glow Rainbow Highlighter. Now, I had to pick this up because obviously these have been super popular lately. And this one, I was, you know, hoping for the best, thinking that if the quality of the 4 Quad is good, then this should also be pretty nice. So as you can see, it has a beautiful kind of pattern in it. I haven't actually fully swatched it because I wanted to swatch it on camera and I did not apply this to the face today. But I'm swirling all of the colors together and I want to see how it looks on the skin. The blue and the green hues definitely pick up the most in this, but you can definitely see there is a very beautiful reflection. I'm going to put this on my cheeks actually to show you guys. I'm going to try my best to kind of get them all on the brush here and apply that on my cheeks. So as you can see, it is very cool toned when you swatch them together, and it definitely gives that bluish green hue. It's not amazing, but I think the quality of the highlighter itself is really nice. And if you're daring enough to try out a highlighter of this kind of shade, then it's really, really nice quality. Earlier today, I tried to use just the pink and the orange and the yellow because those are more neutral tones, and I applied them on my face. And I mean, the quality of these highlighters, all of them are really undeniably beautiful, and they all have that kind of glossy, perfect finish. So if you're really into that very blinding highlight, then you would really like this for sure. So moving on to the eye products that I purchased, the first being the Shadow Swatch Palette, and this is the Rusts. Each one has an individual color, and when you open the palette, this is a very thick plastic. I would never be worried about this breaking. It's very secure. You get a sponge and brush combo applicator in here, and then you have these beautiful shade ranges. Now, what I really like about this is there's a color for everything you need. You have mattes in here for blendability. You have a dark matte brown, a dark burgundy, a couple neutrals, a all over lid color, and then you have shimmers. So you have a very good range in here. The quality of these shadows aren't incredible, but they're actually pretty good. And this whole palette I think is only $12.99, and I think it's really, really strong quality. And I created this eye look. Obviously, it has not budged. It's still there. What I put on earlier, I feel like it's still there, and it's still pulling through pretty strong. So I really enjoyed this, and this is one of the biggest hits from the entire collection for me. I actually really like the quality of these shadows. So I did do some eyeliner. Now, normally, as you guys know, I don't wear eyeliner like ever, but I had to try it out because I did end up getting this. This was their free gift with your purchase. So any item you purchased from the Lottie London collection, you could get a free eyeliner. And this is actually really, really strong. As you can see, I put it on and then I kind of smoked it out a little bit with some shadow. You can see it in the clip as well. And it is a felt tip eyeliner, super black. I really think it's a really great quality eyeliner. It does dry down matte, super easy to apply. It hasn't budged at all. I went exercising, I went on a bike ride, I did a ton of stuff today. I was in the 90-degree weather heat here, and it hasn't moved. And I think this is only like $3 or $4. I think it's a really great eyeliner, and I would definitely grab this if you can. I still have 3 more products to talk about, but first is a huge miss for me. This is the Arch Rival Volumizing Eyebrow Powder. I thought that this would be maybe a decent idea, seeing that I use powder in my eyebrows every single day. I got mine in the shade light because they had light, medium, and dark, I think. And it has a kind of like a doe foot applicator. So I did end up having to fill it in with my regular brow products, and this will definitely be a miss from this collection for me. I strongly suggest you don't pick this up. So my mascara that I purchased from the collection is called Lottie London Lash Goals Ultra Volumizing Mascara in black. It's very pretty packaging, and when you open it, it reminds me, I think there's like a Rimmel mascara. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a drugstore mascara with the same exact wand, but I kind of knew immediately that this was not going to work for me. And I really didn't like it. I honestly could not even finish doing my makeup with this on my lashes. I had to immediately go to my normal falsies mascara because this is like saves the day for everything, and this wasn't showing up on my lashes at all. It wasn't separating, it wasn't volumizing, it wasn't lengthening, it wasn't darkening my lashes at all. It was, no, this just does not work for me. It's a very natural lash look. I never do natural lashes, so if you like the natural lash look, you might like this, but for me, it just didn't work. So the last product, which seems to be one of their most sought after products, is the Lottie London Slay All Day Longwear Matte Liquid Lipstick, and I got mine in the shade TBT, so hashtag Throwback Thursday. The one I ordered was called Flatter, and I got this one. I'm really not sure what happened, but as you can tell, I'm not wearing it because when I put it on, it was really drying on my lips, so I didn't really enjoy that. So it swatches really nicely, it swatches very smooth, but on the lips, when it applied really nicely. It started to turn super purple on me, and when it dried down, it was drying and it got really patchy. So there were like areas that were darker than other areas, and I couldn't stick with it. So for one, this color just doesn't really work for me. It's definitely more of a fall color, and it does, even on my hand, it comes even darker on my lips than it does on my hand. So overall, there were some definite hits, and there were definitely some misses as well. So the foundation, the liquid foundation, is really good. Absolutely love this. It's a new favorite of mine. Their concealer, Got It Covered, is really good. Full coverage, very creamy. I really liked their highlighters, so their shimmer squad, and I also really enjoyed their eyeshadows. Everything else is kind of like try at your own risk. I love the eyeliner, but I'm not an eyeliner person. When I need it, I will definitely use this. It's very good to apply. The powder I will use again, but I don't think I need it in my life. It's not something that I would strongly suggest you need to pick up from the collection. The blush, they come in really pretty colors, but I wish it wasn't as patchy. I definitely can dupe this with another blush from my collection already, but the color itself is very pretty, and I'm gonna give it another go and see if it gets better with a different foundation, or if it just applies better on top of a different powder. I'm not really sure what went wrong, but I definitely want to give that another chance. And then you can definitely pass on the Blur Stick Mascara brow product for sure, and the liquid lipstick in this particular shade, or maybe I just got a bad tube, or maybe a different color would be better. I don't know, but I didn't like this at all. So these are my definite misses, and I definitely got some new favorites in here as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's long, but I wanted to give a full review on the products that I used. If you have any questions, of course, just comment them down below. I love responding to you guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying all my quick videos that I've been whipping out for you guys and trying to get you a lot of content this summer. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you guys for being subscribers, and I really love you guys. So I will talk to you all very soon. Bye guys.